Hello everyone, welcome to web scraping using Python. So first, before going to web scraping, I just want to explain about introduction of HTML. HTML means hypertext markup language. It is not a programming language, it is a markup language, helps to build web pages along with CSS and Java. Programmers build link between different web pages to create a website to perform the action required. All the web pages needs to be made by HTML. So HTML is a human readable language which is built by using nested elements and tags. HTML is used along with CSS to style the elements in web page. It is the front end of a page. User provides a request from the front end to get the response from the client server. So this is why I'm explaining about HTML here, because while web scraping, user provides a request and it gets a value in HTML. So I'll not explain HTML in a detailed way in this course, as we do not need in-depth knowledge of HTML. We should know how to extract data from HTML website by scraping text, tables, images, videos and other multimedia files. Okay. So you can see few elements I have mentioned here about tags. What are the tags? So for example, class and ID, and I have explained about the basic structure of HTML. Now we'll see about JavaScript. All validation done in the front end is done by JavaScript. JavaScript is the most powerful language in the world. It helps every website to perform different validation. JavaScript can be used as front end and also as a back end programming language. So we can build website using for computers, mobiles and also mobile application using JavaScript. I'll create a separate course on JavaScript separately, but here why we are using JavaScript is we get the data. We'll get the JavaScript scripts along with the extracted data. So that's why I'm explaining about introduction of JavaScript. So here we don't need to install any particular package to work on JavaScript, because JavaScript works on browsers. Here the request HTML package are intended as a replacement on the request. So here it is used along with the JavaScript soup combo. However, if you see, the JavaScript full support is enough to execute the JavaScript. So this allows us to scrap the website dynamically based on the generated content. So hope it is clear on why we are using HTML and JavaScript for web scraping. So thanks for watching. Next video I will explain about web scraping. Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see about introduction of web scraping. Web scraping is known as extraction of data by obtaining and structuring the data from the website by using intelligent automation. So what it means is, we gather the data from the website from text, videos and different type of multimedia contents from the website for our personal use or for our analyzing purpose. That's called web scraping. In general, people tend to take data from other websites just to make sure that the data, just to validate data or just to work on the machine learning purposes. Nowadays, we have many artificial intelligence and machine learning. For example, Google used to rank the web pages, right? So it searches across all over the web. It scraps all the website and gets the exact match of your keywords. So this is how Google works and Google search engine works. So similarly, web scraping can be used potentially to retrieve hundreds, millions or even billions data points from the internet seamlessly from the front end. Okay, so this is what we need to know about web scraping. Now we will see whether web scraping is legal or not. In general, if we can say in a single word, yes, web scraping is legal. Only thing is, we should not engage in privacy or unauthorized use of commercial use from the data which you have extracted. So we should not engage in taking the personal data, or we should not use the particular data which we have taken, which we have scrapped for the personal use without the consent of the particular website. So we have to make sure that we get proper consent before using it for the commercial purposes. And then before going to scraping, we should read the terms and agreements and also the robot.txt of the particular website which we are about to scrap. Okay. Then do not spam the website with multiple requests in a short amount of time. It will hurt their server capabilities and they will classify the attack, this particular action as DDoS attack, and they might ban our particular IP. Okay. So in general, web scraping is not illegal or unethical thing. Only thing is, we should make sure that we are following the process. So for example, if you are taking some privacy data according to many GDPR rules, it is a crime and many companies are paying fines for scraping the data for violation of privacy. So make sure that we are using everything ethically, and in general web scraping is not unethical. The way you use the data, it determines whether the particular action is legal or illegal. Thanks for watching. See you in next video. Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see about Beautiful Soup. So Beautiful Soup is a Python library for extracting data from HTML documents. It achieves that by analyzing the HTML by parsing it. It requires an import of package. So here I have explained about the documentation. So here we have the Python well documented. So this, what Beautiful Soup does is it extracts the data easily from an HTML document or a particular web page. Okay, so how it does this? It uses the method such as find all, tags and text and contents, and it gathers the data and saves it in the local folder for analysis. Now I will explain you what's the workflow behind the web scraping. So web scraping has 5 stages. First, we need to go through the particular web page and see how the web page is structured. So that is called as inspecting a web page. So in this phase, we will see how the data is stored, whether the data is stored in tables or medias or videos or whatever content it is available, so that we will get the values from the particular page based on the values available in the web page. Then second one is obtain HTML. Similar to API call by passing through the request and response. So we need to make sure that we are getting the values of HTML once we pass the data. So we should be prepared with a request statement to get the particular response. Then the most important thing is choosing a parser. In general, getting a response is not a that big of an issue, because we have already seen if you send the value with proper application ID, or if it is a free API, then we will get the data. But to parse the data according to our wish is extremely difficult, and we need professional parsers or web scrapers to parse the data based on our requirement. So what we do is we have inbuilt parsers. So parsers, what it does is it splits a string into components, identifying attributes and its relationship between all other elements. So Beautiful Soup will not use a parser. So in general, Beautiful Soup is not a parser. It is a extracting tool. So we have to use an external parser to perform this splitting part, and we need to identify how a particular attribute is related to other attributes in a particular HTML. Then we'll see what are the tools we are using for a parser. Predominantly we have 3 tools. One is HTML.parser, another one is LXML, third one is HTML5lib. So HTML.parser is an inbuilt parser. It is a decent parser. It will not have complex tools, and if HTML text contains complex elements, it is tough to handle that using HTML parser. So it is a most basic parser in the 3. Then LXML. LXML needs an external import of a particular package. So LXML is the best parser available for Beautiful Soup. So and it supports, we have to in the practical video I'll explain how to call this particular parser. Then the second best parser is HTML5lib. So this is also an inbuilt parser. We will not use this parser too often because it is slowest among all the 3, and this particular parser handles the errors well, and it handles like a proper parser, and it works hand in hand with Beautiful Soup properly. Then creating of Beautiful Soup object. So after getting the parser, then we'll extract the value from the website. So in general, in API, what we used to do is we'll send the API request getting all the values. But here we will prepare the parser and we will fetch only the values which we need. So that's why we are using a parser and then creating a Beautiful Soup object. Then export of a file. For example, as I mentioned before, if you are hitting a particular page, sometimes a page gets blocks our IP, or will not get the data in future based on some changes available in the website. So it's better to store the values from the particular web scrap from the HTML. So what we do, export of a file does is it just gets the response and stores the XML into a particular file such as CSV or a basic text file. So this is the workflow of web scraping. From there we use data science or any particular artificial intelligence to get through the data and read the file, and we can change the file's data. Maybe we can choose, we can update the particular information fetched from the data into database and use based on our preference, or we can just save the file based on our requirement. So every company uses the data in different way. For example, Google uses just to parse and show you the data. For example, Netflix and other information takes the data and uses it in a different way. For example, internet company tries to fetch the data and checks where we have more connection available. So they will try to create a particular connection there to increase the profit. So any data analysis company, for example Facebook, tries to parse the information and it displays the ads accordingly. So every company uses the data according to its wish. So make sure that we have enough knowledge to scrap the data so before analysis. So thanks for watching. See you next video. Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see about how to implement Beautiful Soup. So this is the first video of implementation of Beautiful Soup, so I'll explain in detail. First what I'll do is I'll import the request as usual, because without request you can't get any response from the system. And then I'm going to use the Beautiful Soup package. How we have to do is to use from, we can have any symbol as we need. So here what I'm doing is I'm giving BS4 and I'm doing import Beautiful Soup. So that's it. So we can start using any particular video of Beautiful. We can parse from Beautiful Soup. So I'll have some base site. What I can do is I can search for web scraping. Okay. Yeah, I think I can take this page just to show you, like whatever page we need we can take that. Okay, so that's it. So this we have created the base website. So let me run and see if there is any error. So there is no error. Okay, and then I'll get the response from them. Then we can see the response status. It should be 200. Let's see. Yeah, it is 200. So we are getting the response. Now let us see whether we are getting the HTML or not. Okay. So how we can see is we can store the value of response. So and then I'll call HTML. Everything is available. For example, if we need only first 100 or first 50, then we can use something like this. For example, for first 50, then we'll get only the first 50 characters. Okay, then we'll start using the Beautiful Soup. For example, I'm creating an attribute called soup, and then I'm using Beautiful Soup, and then I'm passing the parameter HTML, and we have to choose which parser to use. So here I'll use HTML parser, so we don't have to install anything. So in next videos I'll try to explain you of how to create the Beautiful Soup using other process. Okay, then what I'm trying to do here is, as I've explained in the theoretical video, I'll try to download it. Okay, for example, so what it does is, so we'll get entire response stored in a particular HTML format. Okay, so how we'll do is we'll write so we will get a proper response, then we need to prettify, and then we have to use a parameter called UTF format. So that is a format in which the file will get downloaded. So let's see if there is any errors or not. Yeah, sorry, it should be W, it should be right, I missed. Now let me run. Yeah, I think response is done. Let us see whether the file is available here. Yeah, here I can see the file. Yeah, here you can see everything available in the particular web scraping is available here. Okay, hope it's clear on how we are getting the response from Beautiful Soup. So Beautiful Soup, the parser takes a expected data from a particular page and stores it in a particular file. Okay, so this is good here. So just for showing you, I'll just print soap and show you. Okay, soap consists of every detail including HTML and everything. So if you are using the parser handles the file and then it downloads it. Okay, and it downloads in a browser readable format, so you can use it. For example, using here you can do different stuff. We can find, then we'll get the value of only heads. Here you can see it starts with it and it ends with in tag of head. Okay, for example, if you are giving some incorrect value, for example, I'll find the value something like some tags like video. We won't have tags like video, but anyways, just to show you, so you won't get any values. Okay, so whatever value if you need, you can do, what you can do is you can also try to print, then it will show none. Okay, so hope it is very clear on how to use the Beautiful Soup. I'll explain you one last thing here. One second, I'll just explain you that the type of this particular soup.find. Okay, so it explains it is a element tag. Okay, because it is a element tag, right? So thanks for watching, see you next video. Hello everyone, for getting all the links you can use find of A means anchor tag. So I'll run and show you. So it will show only the first tag because we are using find. Okay, for example, if you want to get all the links, then we can use something like okay. So if I do like that, so it will store all the value. For example, if I print like this, I'm going to get all the values with anchor tag. Okay, here you can see. Okay, then for finding the length, you can use len of links to see how many links is available in the particular video. So here this particular value may vary because Wikipedia will keep on being updating, so you can have the length links varied. Okay, then I'll show you how to use tables. So here what we are doing is we are going to see the table values. So we are starting with T body and ending with T body, and we have used find here. We have not used find out. Okay, then I'll show you what is the type. It's also an element. Okay, then what I'll do is I'll just get all the values of the columns. So how we can do is can use let me run. So what it does is, so inside the table, what all TD is available, it will be shown here. For example, here inside the T body, that's what table is containing. So inside table, so where the TD is available will be found here. Okay, so here you can see the TD starts here and ends here. Similarly, it will be ending here. Okay, so this is how the tagging should be read in using Beautiful Soup. Okay, then what you'll do is, I'll just show you the content. So it will show all the contents. For example, if I need only the first one of the content, then what I'll do is, I'll use 0. I don't know how many contents are available here. Anyways, I'll run and see. Yeah, I think there is only one table available in the particular video. For example, this is the table. Okay, this is the first table. I don't think we have any more tables. So if we have multiple tables, this particular command will get the first table from the particular web page. Okay, then how to see the parents of the particular table? If you click on parent, so whatever is available above will be shown up. So here you can see the above table, entire table structure will be shown. Okay, small difference here is, so table generally contains a value inside the table. If you are using the parent, you will get the entire tag. Okay, that's the only difference. For example, we also have an option of child. Okay, so child, we can do print, but this is an storage path. So if you want to print a particular all the childrens of the particular table, then you have to send the value in for loop. So that I'll do now, just to show you. I'll store the value in child and I'll print. Let's see how that goes. Okay, here it is. So whatever value available under the table will be available here. You can see it will be mostly similar to what we have seen in the table. Okay, so now what I'll do is, I'll explain how to find the attributes. This is the most important, because mostly whatever we are going to take the value will be available inside the tables or inside any particular division. Okay, so it will be under some division. So for example, what I am going to find here is, I'll just show you after scrapping. Okay, so yeah, I'll ignore this for now, just to show you. So what I'll do is, here I'll take the value from one of the IDs. Okay, one of the class. For example, I can take from this particular class. Okay, so any class you can take, and you can take the values. So for here, just for example, I'm going to take it from here. Okay, let me see what's coming through. Okay, once again, I'll see if this particular text is available. Yeah, here you can see what are all the text available in a particular class. Okay, so this is how you have to do. So whatever is available under the soup only will, those particular value will be taken out. So here what you need to do is, whenever you call the class, if you are searching under everything under a particular class, it's better to use an underscore. Okay, so here that's why we have an error. That error is gone. So once again, just to show you, yeah, so here inside div, if this particular id is available, then you will get the particular value. If not, you will not get the value. Okay, so just to see whether the particular value is available or not, you can, what you'll do is you can do print option here, so that everything will be printed. If not, it will show none. Okay, so now what I'll do is, just to show you, I'll use a function of mw jump link, link. Yeah, here we have two values available. For example, if you need only one value, then what we need to do in excess is, then you need to add one more comma, one more condition, and then you have to give href is equal to, and then you can give the value of this particular href. For example, if I need only this particular value, then I can give the same and then run. So you will get only that particular value. So this, so you can narrow down any particular value and you can get your respected needs. Okay, so yeah, that's it, I think. So I have covered on how to get the values from a particular HTML. Next video I'll explain about how to get a particular like different attribute values apart from what we have seen in soup, and I'll also explain about how to print the values directly. So instead of getting all the values from HTML, we can directly print the values, and how to strip some strings. Everything will be covered in next video. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Hello everyone. In this video, what we are going to see is how to get the exact attribute value from the HTML. So I'll store the results of this particular soup. Okay, this will be available as a HTML. Okay, and then maybe I'll print the value, whether the correct value is available. So the correct value is available. So if you want to take the exact value, so for example, the name of the particular A, then you can use A name. So the value will be A. So nothing to worry. So, and if you want to have the href value, then what you need to do is you have to give href, then you will get the value of this mw head. Okay, so you will get the exact value. So for example, if you want to have class, then you will have the class. Okay, similarly you can do whatever you want. So for example, if you don't want to have anything, and if you want to have only the textual fields, then what you need to do is you need to give a.string. So that means the strings will be visible, so all the HTML tags will be removed. So this is the name. So this is how the entire web scraping, only if you want only the data, you have to use a dot, that particular storing elements dot string should be used to get the exact values. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll explain you how to get some strings out of the soup. Okay, I'll create a new variable called p. I'll get the values from all the paragraphs. Okay, so at the beginning, just first let me do what I'll do is I'll just take from the first paragraph, then I'll print the value of p. Here you can see the first paragraph is properly available. Okay, then what I'm trying to do is I'll print the text. Okay, here you can see the HTML tags is removed. Okay, then I'll try to get p.string just to show you what's the difference. Okay, one second. So whatever parent is available in the p will be available. So the entire paragraph and its HTML tag will be available as part of the parent. Okay, so if you want the text of a parent, okay, here it gets all the textual values from a particular parent. Okay, so this is what parent helps. So if you want to get only the values for the particular parent, then you can use dot parent. Okay, you can also print, or you can get the text whatever you want, you can do using this particular value. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll show you how to get the string, only the strings value out of here. Okay, so I'll use for loop. So here this is not printable. Why I have mentioned to explain you later is this, we have to use the print option to have this particular value printed. So that's why I'll explain here. So the p.string value is stored in yes. Then what I'll do is I'll print yes. Okay, so here this particular value is printed. Okay, then if we don't want this particular value to be stripped, then what we need to do is we need to strip the particular value of strings. Okay, so I'll do the same. So instead of strings here, what we need to do is we need to add strip underscore strings. Okay, just to show you, you can see that the values like this will be removed, and the proper formatting will be available once you start to use strip strings. Okay, so now I think you are clear on how we can gather the data of the entire Wikipedia page. So for example, if you want the data of entire Wikipedia page, then you can directly get the value from Beautiful Soup. But for example, if you are going to store the value in some database or something, then you need to strip the value and separate every particular field differently, and then you have to append the value to the database. Hope it is very clear. Next video I'll explain about how to take values from a particular movie review website. So thanks for watching. See you next video. Hello everyone, in this video we are going to start scrapping a movie review website, Rotten Tomatoes. So we are going to use the tools Requests, Beautiful Soup and Parser to scrap a website. Let us begin. So we are going to use the same procedure as we have used in while scrapping Wikipedia. So we'll start with importing requests, and we'll also import Beautiful Soup. Okay, and then I'll create a base site. So I'm going to use this particular link. Okay, so what this explain? So this contains a top 140 action movies, and every page contains 70. So this is the second page of the top action movies. So here you can see, yeah, we can see Mad Max Fury, Die Hard, top action movie films. So we are going to try and get all the details of titles, year of release, ratings, critics consensus, synopsis, starring and directed by information from the particular video. So let me begin in scrapping. So I am going to use this particular URL. Okay, and then what I am going to do is I am going to send the response. Then I am going to check the response is success or not. Let me run and see. It should be 200. It's loading for a long time. Let's see. Yeah, here we can see the status code as 200. So then what we can do is we will start reading the XML. So here what I'll do is, instead of analyzing the HTML first, I'm going to use the parser, and then I'm going to backtrack explaining you how to use a particular parser. Okay, so let me get the content in HTML format, just like that. So I'm going to use a parameter called HTML to get the content from the response. So obviously it is going to have all the information. Okay, so I'll not show you here because anyway we are going to have it stored, since we are going to use the parser. Or maybe I'll show you what is going to be the response. I'll print the HTML. Okay, here it has huge text available, so it has all the content of the particular page, which will be same as this particular page. So whatever, if you do right click and get page sources, so whatever information you will get, the same information will be available here. Okay, so we'll start using the parser. So I'll use a term called soup to get the value from beautiful soup, and then I'll use HTML, the value stored here. Okay, and I'll use the default parser, html.parser, and then I'll store the value by using the same way which we have used last time. Open. So I'll have it stored under rotten tomato. HTML parser, something like that. .html, and I will store it in workbook as file, and then I'll write the file. File.write soup.prettify, right? So the spelling is, yeah, I have added 3 T's. I'll remove one of the T's, and then it should be in UTF-8 format. Okay, I think that's completed. So we have completed the parser. So I think we should ideally get the files. So let me go and see if the files is available. Yeah, I can see the files available. Let me open the files and then show you like how the parser worked here. Okay, so here I can see the parser. Here I can see the title. Let me scroll down and see. Yeah, here you can see one thing. So how the HTML parser works is, it starts from HTML and it ends with HTML. Ideally HTML tag should be the last tag, right? So HTML should start in the beginning and end at the end. Okay, but here this is not the case. We have several HTML tag available, so this will create a lot of confusions. Okay, so that's why I have explained you, we should not use any parser which we know. So every time based on the HTML page we have to decide which parser to use. Now let me design the same value using LXML. Okay, I'll just copy and paste, and I'll just change a LXML. I'll change it as LXML, and I'll also change the name here as LXML. Other than that, everything remains same. So let me run now. Let me see whether it's downloaded. I can see it downloaded. You can see that the same page is paused, but the size is different. Let me open it with Notepad++. Yeah, here you can see all the ratings under a particular division. It is not under HTML tag. You can see, yeah, 113 is available, so it is available under a proper formatting of division. Okay, here I can see I'll also explain how to inspect a particular element. So now I've explained how to choose a particular parser. So every time the parser should be contained under particular division or class. So inside that we can easily get the content from the particular web page and move out of the page. Okay, so we should have proper parser available to make sure that the file is properly parsed and stored. Okay, so now we can start how to pick the data. So what we need to do is we have to pick the data inside like the name, year and the percentage. So all are available under the division called this particular division. Okay, so how we can find here is, so instead of finding it from XML, we can also find it from browser. I'll show you how. I can open the browser. Couple of things you can do. So you can go instead of saving the file, you can go under view page source. Then this particular page will be loaded, which contains all the information from the web page. Or you can do is, you can right click on inspect. Okay, so a particular page division will be loaded, and then you have to choose which division like which information if you want to pick. For example, if you want to pick the percentage, then what you can do is you can right click and you can click on the percentage, and the particular area of the page will be available here. So yeah, here you can see the page is exactly available, and we can see all the golden finger. So the value title is available here, year is available here, and title and rating is available here. So all available under the division called SM18 called full S. We can also get this particular division, or you can also get this division. So it's better to get the upper division because it the same structure should be available across all the particular tables like structure. Okay, it should not be the case. If one is available, it is not always the case. The same will be available in all other table, right? So you have to make sure that the outer table is available, and then we'll see how that works. Okay, now, for now I'll take this particular division just to make sure that I'm not doing any spelling mistakes. How you have to get the value is, I'll go there and I'll show you. I'll have the details stored under the variable called divs. Okay, I'll get the value soup dot find underscore all, and then I'll open the braces and I can give div with comma, and I can open the braces. Div class name is and then I can give the names. Okay, so this shows that the entire value will be stored. Okay, we can see the source. It is under the division of class with the name. Okay, the same structure is available. And now let me print the divs to see if the value is available in all the particular cases. For all the 140, the particular value should be visible. Let me see. Sorry. Yeah, here I can see the value of running sacred. Let me see here. First value is running sacred or not. Yeah, it starts with running sacred. Then the second one is equilibrium, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, here you can see the same value is available. Yeah, everything is available here, so you can start proceeding here. Okay, so this is how you have to choose a particular value. Now let me then what you can also see is every value is available under a particular tag called h2. So you can see under this h2 bracket all the values of title, year and percentage is available. So you can take only the h2. So how we can take the value under the division of h2? That's very simple, as I have already explained there in the before videos. So you can do is divs of 0. If you want only the first one, you can choose 0. For the first one only, I'm going to get find h2 tag. Okay, so if you want to give the tags, you can give h2 like this. Now let me print and see whether the first h2 is available. Yeah, here you can clearly see first value of division is properly we got the value, and we already saw the percentage, right? So it is 60 running sacred, and the year is 1986. Year is 1986. Running sacred and 60%. So this shows that it is very simple to take the particular values from the website if a values are consistent, and it is good. We'll always have many issues. Sometimes the page will not be properly constructed, and we'll have many issues or roadblocks to fix this issue. So we'll also see like what are the steps we can use to fix the issue in later part of the course. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Hello everyone. In this video we are going to see about extracting the information of title, year and the rating from the H2 tag. So first I will try to gather all the values from the divs of H2. How we can do is we can create an attribute, and with the brackets we can give div dot find H2, okay, and then you can use a for loop for div in divs. So in every divs we'll look out for H2 and get the values and store it in headings. Let us see whether the values are properly available. Here we can see it is running sacred, equilibrium, then hero, then Rhodos, unstoppable. So you can see all the 140 values of action movies will be available until Mad Max Fury. Okay, this is the first one. So all the values we have gotten. Okay, so now what we can do is we will see whether the first text is properly available. This is not required, but just to show you I am doing this. Okay, you can see only the text is these three. Okay, other things are HTML tags. Okay, so now how we can take the title. So let me see the HTML tag. So title is available under the anchor tag, this. Okay, so if you can get the a dot string, then the running man will be available. Okay, so how we can do is you can give like movie underscore names, then you have to find anchor tag, then you have to get the string for heading in headings. What this means is I am creating a variable called heading, and then I am going to get the heading, I am going to find the anchor tag dot string from the heading. So I am going to get the particular first one, for example these two lines in the heading, and I am going to get the anchor tag. So anchor tag is available from here to here. Okay, and then I am going to get the string of the anchor tag. Okay, so that's what this line means. Let me see whether particular values properly we are able to get the values. I'm running. Okay, here you can see the names are properly available. So starting from running sacred to Mad Max Fury. Okay, this is perfect. This page is built properly, so it is very easily scraped. Okay, so movie names is done. So we'll start with getting the values of years. We'll get the value from heading. We have to find. Let us see the structure. So we have the structure of span class. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to use double quotes of span, then we can use comma, then class underscore. So make sure that you are not missing an underscore, and then you can give the class name. So it's better preferred not to use a space between the different values. Okay, but I'm giving the whole thing here just to see whether it works or not, or else I will give only the values without space. Then I'll get the values of using heading. I'll get all the values of headings. Let me see whether the value is visible. Yeah, here you can see every value under this particular this tag is, the whole entire tag is available here. Okay, So now we have to get only the strings. So how we can get the values of only the strings is, so we can have a value and I'll copy, I'll paste, and then we have to add one value which is dot strings here. That means you'll get only the string value which is available inside the HTML tags. Let me print yes to see if the value is available. Yeah, here you can see the values is available. So now what you have to do is we have to strip the data of single quotes and brackets. Okay, let us see how we can do that. For example, I'll start with the first one because we can't do it for everything. Maybe I'll start from the first string or end with second string, something like that. Maybe I'll yeah, here it looks like this. Maybe I'll remove 2, 2. Sorry, it should be 1, 1. Okay, so this should be the value which you are expecting. So similar to what we have here. So inside single quotes the value is available. Okay, so this is not preferable because we can strip the data. So I'll also show another way. For example, this is not ideal because if there is very small change, something, if there is any space or something available, then you will not get the expected results. So it's always have the data stripped and we can get the data. Okay, for example, I'll try to strip the data of this particular brackets. Yeah, I can see the value. So what if I remove another brackets also? Let me see. Yeah, the entire value is available. So this way, if there is any space or something, you will not get into any issues. Okay, so this is the best way going forward. So try to use strip method instead of using an array method. Okay, now I can get all the values stored. For all the values. Okay, let me have it under brackets just to make sure there is no confusion. This way all the values in years should be available. Okay, there is some error, sorry, it should be year, not years. The same value of year should be stripped, not years. Okay, now let me print years and see. Okay, the perfect value is available here. So this is perfect, right? Then I'll explain how to strip the data of ratings. Ratings is available under T meter score. So I'll copy the data from here. It's almost same, only the namings we can change. We can change it as scores. Scores is fine, right? Okay, maybe I'll store the value as scores later. Maybe you can have it as heading because we are not going to use it in future, right? So first we will see whether the value is getting, we can get the values. I'll remove the, copy the T meter score. Let us see whether the value is coming through. Okay, the values is perfectly coming through. So I'll have it stored under scores, and we have to get only the strings. So we can give dot string here. That means we will get only the particular value, and then I'll print the scores. Yeah, this looks perfect, right? So we have to decide whether the percentage is available, should be available or not. It's up to us to decide. So for me it looks good, but just for your reference, I'll explain how to remove the scores also. So like the percentage symbol, we can create a variable, some variable like percent per dot strip. You can use this for per in scores, right? So we are removing the scores and we are storing it in scores. Now let me print the scores. This looks good, right? But this, and one more thing, so this will be available as textual value. So in general the rating will be in integer. So if you need in integer, then again what you need to do is similarly, I'll just copy just to make sure that I'm not spending much time. So here you can remove, we can have something like int of per. What that means is, for the particular value, so we are converting the per as integers and we are storing the values. So now let me see, there will not be much difference but looks same, but you can see the textual parameter like single quotes is removed and we have the integer values. I think it is very clear on how we can extract the values from here on. So that's it for this video. In next video I'll explain about the cast, cruise and critical consensus and how to integrate everything in next few videos. Thanks for watching, see you next video. Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see about how to extract data about critics consensus and director from this particular HTML page. Okay, so we'll go to the code and see how the page looks like. So here you can see this is a critics consensus and it is available under info critic consensus. Okay, so now let us go there and code it. First we'll see like the divs which we have created is properly available. Yeah, the entire page with divs is available. So I'll start to create consensus. We can create this in two different ways. I'll explain. I'll copy the class and then paste the data. Okay, so this value is available there. Now let us see whether the consensus has all the values. There is some issue. Let's see. Looks good to me. Once again, I could see an extra, yeah, here we have missed a colon. Now it should work fine. Okay, so all the information about critics consensus is available here. Okay, from here we have to get only the textual information. So how we can do this? So here we this is the critic consensus. So we don't need this critic consensus to be available in all the fields, right? So we need to remove. So how we can remove is, there are two ways where we can remove. So for example, so I'll get the consensus of first text. Okay, for example, if I want to remove this critics consensus, then what I can do is I can create an array. Now the particular value will be removed. Okay, so you can do like this, but as I mentioned in previously, so it's not preferred to have something written like this because there might be some spaces here and there which will create a problem. So what we can do is we can store like common, and I can copy and paste the data. Okay, and then I'll calculate length of comment. Okay, it will show the length. Okay, then what I can do is I can do something like that. Yeah, we need to remove with spaces, right? So there is a space, so it should be 19. Yeah, so if to remove the text, what you can do is you can have something like con. Okay, and I'll have for loop. Consensus, copy. Okay, it will remove the text and we'll store it in consensus test, and let us print and see. Now we'll start with getting the values of directors. Let us see the codes. So director is available inside this particular class of info underscore directors. So what I'll do is I'll create a parameter called directors to store the value. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a for loop with div to fetch the data. From div we'll copy the info director. Okay, so all the values will be stored here. Let me print and see whether the value is available properly. There is some issue. Let's see. Yeah, I missed a underscore here, right? Sorry again, I missed a curly braces. Sorry, brackets. That's one extra brackets. Yeah, so here we got the entire values. Okay, so everything is available under the anchor tag, so we need to gather only the names, right? So how we can do is, first we'll see how one works, like we can get only one index and work on it. So it looks good, so we have to take only the Peter Heims. Okay, so how we can do is we can have something like directions, not directors dot find a for director in directors. So we are trying to get all the values, fetching in directors and finding a anchor tag. Okay, yeah, we should have an opening and closing. If not, there will be an error. Yeah, so here we got all the values. So now what we can see the values. Once again we can check whether everything is having a value. So here we can see there are few none values available. So what that makes is, so if none is available, then we'll skip and we'll remove, like the entire structure of a program like goes incorrectly. So we can build a if loop, like if condition, to make sure if it is none we can mark it as none. Okay, so what we can do is we can have something like file and directors is equal to, we can create a condition none. If we can copy the same condition, is none. Okay, the same value. Okay, else we can store the value. I'll copy paste the same value, and I'll have a string for director in directors. Okay, so the entire value is switched. Now let me run. I'll copy and paste. Okay, so the entire value is available. You can see none is available as none. Okay, so hope it is clear on how to fetch the data of critics and directors from the particular HTML file. So that's it for this video. Next video I'll explain about how to gather details about cast from the Excel sheet from the HTML file. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Yeah. Hello everyone. In this video we are going to scrap data of casting and synopsis. So let me see how it's available in the HTML. So here you can see that cast is available under info underscore cast. Okay, so now let us start building the values available under the info class. So I'll have something like underscore cast info. I'll create a variable called div, values find, and I should search under div class with class name of underscore info underscore cast, sorry, info underscore cast. Okay, so I'll create a for loop with div in divs, which was storing the entire HTML. Okay, so every value of info cast will be stored in cast info. So let me print cast underscore info to see if the values are, we are able to get the values. Yeah, I can see the values, we are able to get the values. So now let us solve, like here you can see that we have starring Patrick Swans, Kelly Lynch, Sam Elliott, Ben Gazzara. So we should have everything in a single line. We can't have it in 4 lines. So we'll try to do it for one particular movie, and then we can do for loop altogether. Okay, so now let me try to get the value of the first info. Sorry, let me run. So yeah, the entire value is available. So what I'm trying to do is, here we have couple of things. So here we have starring. So we don't need to have starring every time, because the name itself cast indicates that they are starring. So we'll leave out this. So how we can leave out starring is, so starring is under the descriptor. So every name of the artist is available under a tag. So what we can do is, we can find all the anchor tags. Okay, so I'll create a new variable called cast links. We'll take the value from cast info dot find underscore all of anchor tag. So now maybe I'll start with the first value only. So I'll start with 0 here. Okay, so now let us see whether all the values coming through. I'll print the castics to see if the values are coming through. Yeah, you can see all the artist name available. So how we can remove this is, so what we need to do is, it's straightforward. We have to use a dot string. Okay, so that means obviously we are going to get the values, right? So what I am going to do is, I'll create a new variable called cast names, or we can use the existing names. That's not an issue. So just to avoid confusion, I'm doing this. I'll create a new for loop variable called link, and I'll get the string for variable link in cast underscore links. Okay, hope you understood. So we are going to get all the values separately now, and then I'll print the value and see whether we are able to get only the names, removing the HTML tags. Yeah, you can see all the names are available, but it's available separately. So to get in a single line, we need to remove all the commas and have it under the same string. So how we can do is, can create a variable called cast, and you can use double quotes with a comma, and then you can use a function called join, okay, which joins all the strings. So what that means is, so every name will be added with a comma and a space, and then we'll have the names. Let me print the cast and see. There is some error, so sorry, there is a spelling mistake. Join. Okay, so here it's perfectly fine, right? So we can see all the names. So this we have done it for one particular movie. So how to do for every movie? So we are going to create a for loop. First I'll create a array for storing the values of cast in an array. I'll create an array, and then I'll create a big for loop for maybe like I'll create cast for C in cast underscore info. Why am I taking cast underscore info is, here we have created cast underscore info to get all the details, right? And then inside the for loop, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do the same action what we have done here. I'm going to do the same action. So maybe I can also copy paste, but here we have small changes, so I'll do it again just to make sure that you understand things properly. So what I'm doing is, I'm going to create C. The C stores the value of cast info, so I give C dot find all of anchor tag. I'll get all the anchor tags, and then I'll convert them into strings. So cast underscore names is, I create a variable called link, as I have did here, dot string for link in cast underscore links, the above one. The value is getting from this particular value, okay. And then after doing it, so we are going to append the value. So cast dot append of the same action which we have done here. So I'll just copy, okay, and then I'll print the cast to see if every value is available. So this way, so every time we get the cast info, so we are going to append the value in cast, and cast should be having all the values, all the 140 casts. Yeah, here you can see all the values are available properly, okay. So hope this is very much understandable and you can perform it yourself, okay. And now what we are going to do is, we are going to do synopsis. So here is synopsis. So I'll just wait for a moment just to see how we are trying to build. Just you try to do this as a homework, just to make sure, since it is a last extraction, I just want you to try. Is that fine? Yeah, let me teach now. So how to do? It's very much similar to what we have done already. So I'm going to create a variable called synopsis, and then I'm going to do div dot find of a class of a particular class div inside the class called it's under info synopsis. Okay, inside the for loop for div in divs. Okay, we have done nothing different. We are going to get all the values of synopsis. Okay, now let me print the value synopsis to see if we got all the values. Yeah, we got all the values. Here we have a trick. Okay, so here we have synopsis as string, and we also have the synopsis of a particular movie. So we have couple of strings in the separate. So we have a trick of removing this particular value. We can do it separately. So I have already explained how to remove the values. We can do that in particular way, as we have did in years, or in critical consensus we have removed the value, or you can do it in separate way. That I will teach now. So we'll do it for first value and then we'll move it. So I'll show one value. Okay, so for example, if I'm printing like dot content, that means you'll get only the content. Or dot text or strings you can use. Okay, sorry.
we have to use strings, or content we have to have a proper value. It should be contents, I think. Contents will work. Yeah, here you can see the contents available. Okay, so we have the second one, all the HTML tags are removed. So first one, the HTML tags are not removed. So what we can do here is, just to pick the second value out, we can build an array called cultures content if of 1. What this means is, we will remove the first synopsis out of the picture and we'll get only the value of this one. Let me run and see. Yeah, here you can clearly see that particular value of synopsis is removed. Okay, so this is how we can get the value of synopsis. So we have different types. I prefer doing this way because it is very easy. So now we'll build the entire synopsis test. Sorry, spelling mistake. I'll create a variable called syn contents of 1 for syn and synopsis. Okay, so we got all the values of all the 140 movies. So now this should be fine. Yeah, here you can see all the synopsis of all 140 movies. Okay, so I think this covers the entire scrapping. Now we in next video I'll explain about how to create a pandas to merge all the values and create a proper table and save it in Excel. So thanks for watching. See you in next video.
Hello everyone, in this video we are going to start formatting all the values which we have scrapped using Beautiful Soup. Okay, so what I'll do is, as usual, I'll import pandas. Okay, and then I'll create a new variable called movie_info to gather all the information from pandas. And then I'll print movie info. Okay, so movie info is not appended with any value. So now what we need to do is, we need to append all the value which we have scrapped. Okay, so something like movie_info. Can create our own title as per our wish. Okay, for example, movie title, and we have to get the names from what we have extracted. Okay, something like movie_names. That's what we have stored. Okay, similar to that, we have to create for years, scores, final directors, synopsis, cast, and for consensus. Okay, so now I'll name years, store it as year, the years, sorry, it should be small y, and then scores, store the value as scores only, and then final director is what we have, directors is what we have stored. I'll call the name as directors with decaps, and then we have stored the synopsis test as synopsis underscore text. We can save the title as synopsis, then cast, we can save with the same name with capital C, then consensus text. Can save it as consensus. Okay, so this, then what we need to do is, we have saved all the values. Now we can print the values. Movie info, just to see if every value which we have saved is coming through. Yeah, here you can see all the values are coming through. If the data is big, then you might have some cutoff in lines. Okay, but it looks like, on the first look, it looks very good. So it has 140 rows with 7 columns which we have created. So we have one more option here. So just to make sure that how we can set the column width. Okay, so I'll just show, because it's an opportunity for you to learn. Here we have an option called display dot max underscore col width. That means we are going to set there is a space between each column. You can set it to -1. Now I'll print movies underscore info. Okay, here you can see there is a proper gap between every particular it really makes sure that there is enough gap between every column. Okay, so there will not be much change in first, but in some columns it will make a lot of difference if I have some text colliding. Okay, so now I'll explain how to save the value. Okay, so I'll copy. So it's very simple. So as usual we can do, so movie 2, we have two options, 2 underscore CSV and 2 underscore Excel. So now I'll store it in Excel. Then we have to give the name, so movie info.excelxx, and then we can give index is equal to false, or we can just leave it as such, but it's our wish. Then index will be structured and header is equal to true. That means the first one will be header. Okay, now let us see whether the value is coming through or not. We'll run. There is some error. Sorry, there is a spelling mistake. Yeah, now it should be fine. This should be comma. Yeah. Okay, now let us see whether the value is coming through or not. We'll go to the particular path where we have created the program. So here I can see the Excel. I'll open and see how that looks. Yeah, here you can see every value is properly available with the names, years, scores, directors, synopsis, cast, consensus. Okay, now I'll close. I'll create .csv as well. I'll just copy. Structure is almost same. Only thing is we need to change Excel to CSV, and then we have to save the name of a particular file to CSV. So nothing else. Index is equal to false, header is equal to true. Now I'll run this. So now the file will be created with CSV. You can see the CSV file here. I'll open and show. Yeah, it's perfectly available. So it's not similar to Excel, because in Excel we have option of like bolding. We have a different set of option, but in CSV it is plain text, right? So we have proper text available with proper formatting stuff. Okay, so that's it with related to the scrapping of Rotten Tomatoes, a movie review website. So thanks for watching. See you in next section.